Salut, bonjour, and welcome to another video. This is yours truly. And on this channel, from 2017 to now, I impressed a lot of people on YouTube. Some people loved my videos, some hate them. I made people laugh. Some people agree with the things that I say, and some people disagree with the things that I say. And some of the people who disagree with the things that I say in my videos are pissed. They're pissed off. And they are. And you know what? To those pissed off people who hate my videos, who disagree with what I say, well, fuck them. Screw them. Because you know what? I really don't care what people think. So, looking at that, looks like it's my destiny to piss people off here on YouTube. And I'm going to keep doing it. And when they hurl shitty comments at me, I might A, block them, or B, ignore them. And that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, enough of that out of the way. Let me get into this video. Okay. In this video, I'm going to talk about Native Americans, the original inhabitants of the North American continent and also the South American continent. So, I'm going to just focus on North America in general, even though South America was inhabited by Indians before the arrival of Europeans from the old world. Well, this video is going to be hard to make, but I'll do my best. Where do I begin? Okay. Well, I got some videos and some photos that can help me as I speak in this video about Native Americans. And the title that you saw on this video is what I'm going to talk about. Okay, we know that the Native Americans here in North America got their land taken away by white Europeans, colonists. I think mainly the British, the French, or the Spanish. Yeah, they came over, discovered a new world. And well, I think after after the United States or the 13 British colonies on that hugged the east coast of North America, after they defeated the British in the American Revolutionary War, declared themselves independent and formed the United States of America, they went and did the westward expansion, where they went and drove Native Americans off their lands, tribes of Native Americans, multiple Native American tribes, drove them off their lands, stole their land, killed them off with war and diseases, and brought them down to smaller numbers, and through the Trail of Tears, just basically just shoved them all on Indian reservations, where on Indian reservations here in America, they just lived in a third world nation. Native Americans turned to like alcohol. They committed suicide. They ate foods that are not good for them. And the bisons, the food that the Native Americans relied on were all wiped away. And Christopher Columbus, and he was, well, before the British came. I think Christopher Columbus discovered America, and he's hailed as a hero for discovering America, but he was an idiotic murderer that killed multiple Native American tribes. So the guy's a monster, and it's kind of sick that the United States celebrate him through Christopher Columbus Day or Columbus Day, and you got some highways here in America that are named after them, like Interstate 10 and some part of California that's known as the Transcontinental Columbus Highway, wherever it's called. So yeah, today there's little to no Native Americans here in the U.S. Well, there's some, but they're in smaller numbers. Like most of them are living on Indian reservations, and some of them are mixed in with white people. The Native American women intermarried with white men, and Native Americans are basically half white, and they are. And I went to school with a girl who's a woman now. She's married and she has children. She's a Cherokee Indian, and she was cute. She was gorgeous, and I had a crush on her, and I liked her. And me being an idiotic punk snot-nosed kid that I was, back in the 90s as a teenager, I drove her away. She tricked me. She stabbed me in the back. She made me look like a fool, and I did something that I regretted for the rest of my life. I got angry at her for something. I punched her in the stomach, and that was wrong, and I regret that. And I'm a punk. I'm a coward for doing that. But I found her on Facebook, and I talked to her, and I apologized for all the things I did to her, and I talked about the things that she did to me that was wrong. And before she stabbed me in the back when I was younger, when I first met her, we were kids in the 6th grade, and yeah, she liked me because I had a sense of humor. I did impressions, and I made her laugh. I did goofy things that made her laugh, and that's why she liked me. But yeah, I'm not here to talk about that. In this video, I'm here to talk about what will the Native American population will be in the U.S. if Christopher Columbus didn't kill multiple Native American tribes, and the Americans, after breaking away from the British, stole the Native Americans' land and pushed them off of their lands, stealing their lands, and killing them off with war and diseases, and sticking them on Indian reservations. What will happen if none of this stuff happened to the Native Americans? Well, for one thing, the population will be that of white Americans and African Americans. The Native American population will be very high. It will be through the roof. I'm assuming that the South, the Southeast, states like Georgia, other southern states and also in the Northeast will have a booming Native American population. Um, um, Native American Indians like the Cherokee, the Sioux, the Apache, the Navajo, and other countless, countless of Native American tribes. Um, their numbers will be pretty high. And what will they be like if there was lots of them everywhere here in the U.S. What would they will be like? Um, I don't know. They will be. I say they'll be good people. Some of them will be ruthless and mean and cruel. Some of them probably will be racist against. I say the whites and the blacks and other people who are not like them. They'll be saying that I don't like these people because we're the original inhabitants of this land. This is our land, and we want these people to be gone. And they'll be saying things like go back to. They'll be saying things to black people like some of them will be racist. They'll say that go back to Africa to black people, and they'll tell white people to go back to Europe, and they'll tell Asians to go back to Asia. Um, I think they'll be like the equivalent of racist white people or Trump supporters. I think there'll be a mixture of. I think their personality will be a mixture of I say like white people, black people, um, Trump supporters, something like that. You know, and I'll probably have a next door neighbor who's Cherokee. A guy and his wife who are both Cherokee Indians, and their kids. Their kids might mess with me by like throwing spears and shooting bow and arrows at me and throwing rocks at me and calling me Buffalo man who smells like shit. Buffalo man who smells like shit. I'll probably complain to their parents. I'll probably complain to the parents about their children, and they'll say this: our children are wonderful and nice. We love our children. Me love our children. You stupid ugly buffalo man who look goofy looking. We don't like you people, or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe, maybe some hot looking Native American woman probably have a crush on me. You know, she'll come over and try to talk. She'll come over and talk to me, or probably want to do it with me. I'm just saying. You know, yeah. Um, uh, Native Americans here in the U.S. There'll be a lot of things. If if they didn't get their land taken away from them, and have their land taken away by them, and they've been killed off by war and diseases, and that bring them down to smaller numbers and be pushed on the Native American reservations. Yeah, if they never went through anything like this, I mean, there'll be a lot of them, and there'll be entirely different people, and maybe they will be they'll go through a lot of even though like some of them will be racist towards other race of people here in the US, some well all of them will go through racism from white people. The white people will probably treat them just like the racist white people will treat them just like black people are treated here in America. Um, they'll be shot and killed by crazy white cops who view them as a threat, or if they get or their children get kidnapped or one of them get kidnapped, they'll be treated just like black people by whites. They wouldn't care about them. They care about them, but they'll tear down a home and look through rivers and forests for white people and don't care about, and they won't do the same with Native Americans just like black people or any other race that's non-white. Probably, yeah. Um, yeah. Well, yeah. Or going back to a Native American woman having a crush on me, and her father, Sitting Bull, would wouldn't like me. He will hate me, and and disown me, and tell her daughter not to date me, and tell me to stay away from his daughter. That might happen. That might not happen. Yeah. Also, I like to add, if America, instead of stealing land from the Native Americans and pushing them off their lands and killing them with war diseases, well, instead they'll just buy land from them. Well, the pot. Well, you know, Native American tribes, their their population within their tribes will boom and add to their entire population. So the population, like I said, will be booming because there will be like way way too many Native Americans here in the U.S. Their population will mirror that of white people and black people here in the U.S. I think Indian reservations today won't exist, and it'll be and all this will be virtually the same if America stayed on as the 13 British colonies on the east coast of North America and never got into the American Revolutionary War and stay loyal to the crown and be part of the Commonwealth and morph into a different country after being part of the Commonwealth. Yeah, the population of Native Americans will be booming and they'll still have their land, or their land will be sold to the British, like, through the westward expansion. Well, the westward expansion under the British will be slow and wouldn't be as fast as the Americans. So yeah, it's just a possibility. So yeah. So I'm just giving my thoughts here. If some of you don't like what I gotta say in this video, well, that's your problem, not mine. So I'm just giving my thoughts. Okay, it's just a thought. It's not a debate. It's not a debate. It's just a thought. Okay. So anyway, yeah, the population of Native Americans will be booming. If if America stayed on as the 13 British colonies on the East Coast and stay loyal to the crown and morph into an entirely different country, different from what it is right now today, or if Americans gain independence from Britain after defeating Britain in the American Revolutionary War and declaring themselves independent and forming the United States of America, and never kill off the Native Americans and steal their land and push them on Indian reservations. And if again Christopher Columbus never killed multiple Native American tribes, yeah, the population will be through the roof of Native Americans today. And what will the Native American women will be like? Would it be sweet, gentle, feminine, down to earth, approachable, and easy to talk to? Will they be like the women of today, where they go around calling men creeps, weirdos, pedophiles, perverts, you know, and say, "Ew, get the hell away from me, you pervert." Uh, yeah, I think they'll probably be brainwashed. Some of them probably be brainwashed by American society, and which is toxic and screwed up and toxic, toxic feminism, and yeah, and some of them will believe in traditional marriage, believe that the men are important, and believe in the tradition of marriage and raising a family, having a family and raising kids and taking care of kids. Some will still believe in that. Some will be homebodies. Some will be socially awkward. Some will be incels. Not incels, sites, not socially awkward. Some of the Native American women, some of them will be gorgeous. Some of them won't. You know, I'll probably get a girlfriend or a future wife out of these women. I'll probably be dating a Native American woman. Um, I'll probably be married to one. I'll probably be married to this girl who's a Cherokee Indian, who's a grown woman now, who I went to school with. I'll probably be married to her and have two children, two beautiful, wonderful biracial children. Will will have more of their mother's characteristics and probably my characteristics, looks, and someone who watched one of my videos told me I was good looking. Well, yeah, well, I agree with that. And and this girl who I went to school with, who's a Cherokee Indian, and I'm not gonna say her name, she was cute, and I can't imagine the children that we are gonna have if both of us are husband and wife today and I'm married. Um, I'll probably have a gorgeous, beautiful daughter and a handsome son. So yeah, and yeah, probably swelling in pride by the boys, hounding my daughter because she's good looking. Oh no, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't be a mean grouchy, protective father. I probably wouldn't be like that. I'll probably be happy. Probably happy for a boy or a guy to go after my daughter and have the hots for my daughter, and my daughter have a crush on those people, those boys and men. Yeah, and also my son, he'd probably be good looking, and the women would be all over him. The girls and the women be all over him. So yeah, you know, will the United States be a better country if they treated the Native Americans better, and if the colonists treated the Native Americans better and not murder them and kill them off with war and diseases, and if Christopher Columbus didn't kill multiple Native American tribes and do it in the name of Jesus and God. Yeah, I don't know. I guess America will be a better country, but yeah, and the problems in America would exist if America has a very, very high Native American population, or if or America wouldn't have the problems that it has today if it stay loyal to the British Crown as the 13 British colonies on the east coast of North America, and morphing into another country, morphing into an entirely different country from what it is today, and be part of the Commonwealth and be a country that's basically Canada, Australia, and the UK all rolled into one. So yeah. So yeah, the Native Americans will be treated even better. I don't know. That's just my thoughts of what Native Americans would be like if they were treated better, or if or the population, the booming of the population, if these people didn't get their land stolen, or if they didn't or if they weren't killed off by war and diseases, or if they weren't shoved on Indian reservations and they weren't all sent to Oklahoma, where some of them are right now. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, the Cherokee Indians, or the Cherokee Nation, is in Oklahoma, and the Cherokee came from the southeastern part of the U.S., or North America for that matter. So yeah, so they went, if the things that I just said happened, I mean, the Native Americans will be treated better, and their population will be booming. It will be in the numbers of white Americans and black Americans, African Americans. So yeah, before I end this video, I just feel sorry for those indigenous children who were treated like crap at some boarding school in British Columbia in Canada. They were murdered and put in unmarked graves, and they were treated like animals. I mean, it just made me sick to my stomach, and I feel for them and what the Native Americans went through all over Native America through history. So yeah. So anyway, that's all I gotta say in this video. Cheers. Au revoir. Bye.